Hey guys, Anime-kun here. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 10 anime of summer 2021.
勝手な思想は時として人を殺すんだよ。
お兄さんはさっきから何を言っているの？
わからない。もう何もわからない。
If you've seen our video about the top anime of spring this year, then you probably have expected this video to come out sooner or later. This video is quite late, and I do think that the previous season and even the fall 2021 anime are better in my opinion. However, there are still some shows from this season worth mentioning. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos about anime. So, without further ado, let's begin. Akira Shiro Yanagai is someone who's into games while still topping his class. Exams have a simple objective of how much you can memorize, but games can have more and complex objectives. One day, he came across a big guy going after him. He may have won against him, but he has still been dragged into a battlefield by a mysterious girl who calls herself Nyan. The participants are told that they are erased from the family register, involved in an experiment, and gain certain powers. Some of them can turn a stick into a sword, while others can boost their physical prowess. So, what power did Akira receive? He tests it out with the first battle he encounters. After some time, he unleashed a cannon from his hand, forcing his opponent to surrender. Did he have the same power as Myon? No, his power is whatever the enemy thinks of your power. Akira is determined to win the game with his newfound powers and destroy the organization. Armed with a power no one expects and his analytical skills, his battle against the organization begins.
だったら3つ同時に！
でどうだ。見えなければ照れることもないからね。
坊ちゃん本当に可愛らしい。
耳がノーマーク。
Have you ever imagined what it feels like to have a curse? Where anything you touch will wither away and die. As the elegant, frail flower petals wither away into lifeless ashes, the young duke is tragically reminded of the despicable power forced upon him, the ability to kill anything he touches. Scorned by his family, he is sent away to live in near isolation. Fortunately, he is not entirely alone, as the manor's staff, his dutiful butler Rob and the flirtatious maid Alice, keep him company and make his life less miserable. As the Duke's romantic feelings for Alice grow, so does his continued frustration for the limits set by his unfortunate ability. Therefore, he resolves to break the curse cast upon him all those years ago, not only for his sake, but Alice's as well, for he is painfully aware of how difficult it is to avoid the touch of a loved one. The anime is quite enjoyable with how Alice keeps teasing the Duke and watching his funny reactions every time.
僕と踊っていただけませんか。
喜んで。ここ初めて？あ、はい。よかったら案内するよ。でも。ようこそガマガマ水族館へ。私ここの館長ミサキのククル。
Now this anime has one of the prettiest visuals this season. After leaving her idol career behind, Fuka Miyazawa finds herself on a spontaneous flight to Okinawa instead of returning home to her pity party in Morioka. With a heavy heart, she aimlessly wanders around the area until she stumbles upon Gama Gama Aquarium, which is an aging aquarium on the verge of closing down. Seeing the unique magic of the aquarium, Fuka begs Kukuru for a job. However, she soon finds that her lack of experience makes her more of a hindrance than anything else. With less visitors coming by and the expensive repairs needed to keep the aquarium open, there was a good chance of the aquarium shutting down. The director's granddaughter, Kukuru Misakino, is still determined, though, in keeping the aquarium open. At the same time, Kukuru realizes that her ambitious goal might be more than she can handle, screwing up in her tasks while at the job, but it is noticeable how much she also wants to save the aquarium. Will Kukuru and Fuka be able to save the one place they hold close to their hearts?
ククルでいいよ。私の夢を手伝って、フーカ。
悪い。言いたかった。
興奮しちゃって。
じゃなくて、ごめんなさい。誰ですか？
The previous season had Bakuton, or Backflip, as the sports anime. For this season, we have an original anime produced by MAPPA about a sport called water polo. When Minato Kiyomizu wakes up in a hospital, he learns that he has been comatose for quite some time. As it turns out, a car accident has caused him to lose all memory of his middle school journey. A long time in the hospital has also caused him to weaken and forgetting everything about water polo. While hesitant to continue playing water polo, he met a girl he made a promise with. It seems that she owed him a kiss if he became the best in Japan, but failing to do so will make Minato owe her a huge sum of money. Minato can't afford to pay the debt, so he was convinced to play water polo again and then eventually aim for the top. Together with new team, Minato tries to rekindle his deeply buried talent for water polo and become one of Japan's renowned players once again.
こっち来てるね。なんか言ってるね。え？なんで？
入ります僕水球部。
え？
あれ？
まさか本当に召喚されるとはの。
Now this anime isn't your usual isekai around the corner, as our main character is quite knowledgeable about politics and history, managing to use his wisdom in rebuilding a kingdom. After the death of his grandfather, 19-year-old Kazuya Soma, an aspiring civil servant, is left all alone with no one to call family. Out of the blue, he is transported to the Elfriden Kingdom, a small ailing country in another world, to be a hero. An ongoing war with the demon army has put the entire world in peril, and Kazuya was summoned to aid in the conflict as an offering from Elfriden to its allies. Kazuya was supposed to be a tribute, just so the kingdom could pay its financial contribution to war. However, Kazuya decides to help the kingdom revamp its declining economy instead, not by way of adventuring or war, but through administrative reform. Abruptly declared as the king of Elfriden and betrothed to the princess, the realist hero Kazuya sets out to assemble a group of talented citizens who will assist him in his bureaucratic battles to get the kingdom back on its feet.
こんなことも分かっていなかったなんて。私は上に立つ者として失格ね。
そんなしょぼくれんな。こうしたことは今から学んでいけばいいさ。
腰が弱い体がブレる元アイドルらしいが遠い隅になやなやしさは必要ない。頑張れ。
触られるの苦手なので。
After being forced to graduate from JPX48 following a controversial incident with a male fan, she made her resolve to never get involved with men again. So she auditioned for the exclusive all-female Koka School of Musical and Theatrical Arts. Coming from the idol industry, Ai is the perfect candidate for the school's 100th generation class, but her aloof demeanor alienates her from her classmates. The eccentric Sarasa Watanabe is the only person who wishes to become Ai's friend. She enters Koka with the goal of becoming a top takoyaku performer, an actress that plays traditionally male roles, and eventually playing as Lady Oscar. Unfortunately, Sarasa's inability to read a room causes friction between her and her classmates, including Ai, who reluctantly becomes her roommate and partner in many of their classes. This anime shows not only the grit needed to succeed at Koka, but also a clear picture why Ai Narada is traumatized with men in the first few episodes, something that we can all learn from. In the later part of the series, it will focus more on the harsh realities of show business and the challenges present with it.
あんた、オスカルになりたいんだって？
はい、オスカル様になるためにサラサはここに修行しに。
なれないよ。あんたはオスカルに絶対なれない。
もう一度読んでみよう。せーの。うた。
兄さん大丈夫？酒焼け？
Ever thought of seeing grown adults showing very young children the real life lessons that come with adulthood? And of course, it's a big contrast between being an adult and a kid. This anime is exactly like that, with Uramichi Emoto at the center. In the studio of the morning children's show together with Mama, a crew of miserable adults prepares their facades of amicable smiles and cheerful exteriors to educate a group of innocent preschoolers. Uramichi Oni-san is a former gymnast who can't help but bring the kids down to earth by revealing the harsh and depressing reality of adulthood, even in front of the rolling cameras. Behind the scenes, Uramichi's much-desired peace is disturbed by his two bothersome juniors who work as the show's rabbit and bear mascots and singers, Atano Tadano, a woman who only wishes to get married, and Ikateru Daga, a handsome man with a crass sense of humor. From smoking and exercising to nihilistic outbursts, everyone's big brother Uramichi always brings up the not-so-moral side to his life lessons. Well, it may be nice to take note of these things as maybe a form of advice while going through or in preparation for adulthood.
かなって人。しんどい、辛い、何もしたくないって人。 はーい。
追っ手の気配はない。残党は双子が始末してくれるだろう。とりあえずは人が死んだ。
The start of this anime shows the father of Fenna Houtman telling her to go to Eden, but he gets interrupted with a shotgun. Is he telling Fenna to go to Eden and find One Piece? Jokes aside, this pirate princess has then been raised on an island where there is no hope of becoming anything more than chattel, to be used and discarded by soldiers of the British Empire. But Fenna is more than just another powerless orphan. She is actually the hidden sister of Monkey D. Luffy.
What the fuck?
Okay, enough with the jokes. I just had thought of One Piece about this anime because of it being about pirates. When her mysterious past comes knocking, Fina will break the chains of her oppressors. Her goal, to forge a new identity, free of bondage, and search for a place where she can truly belong and find out the true mysteries behind a keyword Eden. It is the story of a lifetime adventure she and her crew of misfits and unlikely allies will have in pursuit of her goals.
皆様先に
分かった
は
貴様のことは忘れない。
なんでじゃ行くぞ若城。
どうせアホをやるなら誰もたどり着けないレベルまで行くんだ。私はそれを心から楽しみにしている。
Life is not going well for the 28-year-old Kyoya Hashiba. Having left his office job to pursue a career in the video game industry, his internship at a popular game studio abruptly ends, leaving him unemployed and forcing him to move back in with his parents. Additionally, his jealousy towards the success of the Platinum Generation, a group of similarly aged creators, has caused him to regret his decision to attend a traditional university instead of an arts college. Even though he believes there are no second chances in life, Kyoya is suddenly given one when he wakes up one day and finds himself 10 years in the past. Instead of choosing business school like he originally had, Kyoya decides to pursue his passions and attends the Inaka University of Art. There, he meets classmate Eiko Kawasagawa, the woman who had hired him as an intern in the present, alongside his new housemates and future Platinum Generation members, underachieving artist Aki Shino, aspiring singer and actress Nanako Kogura, and naturally gifted writer Tsuruyuki Urakonji. With each project they complete together, Kyoya and his friends venture closer to discovering their true potential as creators and remaking their lives into the ideal versions they desire. Will Kyoya make the correct decisions this time and not end up regretting them? If you already finished the anime, you probably know what I mean.
これがあったわ。ラスボス前のエンカウント多めなとこって感じやね。は
ぁ。俺は医者だ。ワンピール専門のな。俺は彼女。治しに来た。
Once upon a time, there was a vampire known as Vanitas and scorned by others of his kind for being born under a blue moon. According to legend, he created a cursed grimoire known as the Book of Vanitas, and it is said he would one day use it for revenge. In 19th century Paris, Noé archivist is searching for the fabled Book of Vanitas. Whilst traveling aboard an airship, he is saved from a vampire attack by an eccentric doctor who calls himself Vanitas and carries the very tome he seeks. Is this the legendary vampire, Vanitas? Unfortunately, he is just a mere human who inherited both his name and the book from his master, the same Vanitas of legend. As the odd case of the charlatans parade crops up, the doctor's ability to restore sanity to vampires by recovering their true name will prove most beneficial. So why is Vanitas using the book to cure vampires? And what is the mystery behind the curse bearers? It's quite a fun anime to see the reason behind it while exploring the behavior of Vanitas.
おいおいなんだあの兄ちゃん
Well, there you have it. I think these shows are still good, but do look forward to a future video soon about fall 2021 anime, as I think that those are also very interesting. Other than that, I hope you guys liked this video. Do you guys think there are other anime that need to be on the list? Feel free to share your comments and suggestions down below. If you want to see more anime content, make sure to subscribe and give this vid a thumbs up. Stay tuned and I will see you guys soon.